Hi guys, my name is Stephanie and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video I'll be sharing with you guys how I was able to draft a pattern for this really beautiful top step by step. So please keep watching till the end and don't forget to like the video as well. So guys, I have this crepe fabric of 1.5 yard, and then I have the lining that I'll be using for the inner. I have stay that I'll be using for the main piece, and I also have a bra cup that I'll be using for the bustier top, and I have my pattern paper. I have the zip, the tape and the scissors, and also the thread and other materials here. So please keep watching. So guys, I've gone ahead to cut the pattern paper. I'll be drafting the front piece on. So I'm placing my tape on the upper side all the way to her bust point. So her bust point is 11 inches. I'll go ahead and mark it, and then I'll mark her under bust, which is 14 inches, and then the half length or waistline, which is 16 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark the point there. And the next measurement I'll be marking is the top length. So the length of the top I'm making use of is 23.5. I'll go ahead and mark the 23.5 right there. So I will just go ahead and mark a straight line connecting all the point to the other side. So I'm done doing that. I'm done marking a straight line of all the line to this other side. So the next measurement I'm going to be taking is the neckline. I'm marking the neckline of 3 inches by 3 inches. The width is going to be 3 inches, and then the depth is also going to be 3 inches. I'll mark it and then I'll go ahead and connect it. So after doing that, I'm going to be dividing her shoulder by 2. Her shoulder is 17. I'll divide it by 2, and then I'll go ahead and place it and mark the measurement. And then I'll be going down for shoulder slope. I'll mark the shoulder slope, and then I'll go ahead and connect it all the way to the neck width. So after doing that, I'm also going to be marking the armhole of 8 inches. So I'll go ahead and mark the 8 inches there, and then I'll go ahead and connect a straight line all the way to this other side, which will actually serve as her chest line. So after doing that, I'll also go ahead and mark a straight line of the armhole all the way to the shoulder slope at the upper side. So for the armhole, I'm going to be dividing it by 2. The armhole is 8, so the half of it is going to be 4 inches. I'll go ahead and mark the 4 inches right there, and then I'm going in by half of an inch. But before I carve the armhole, I'm going to be dividing her bust measurement by 4 before I'll be able to carve the armhole. So I'll divide her bust measurement by 4, and then I'll go ahead and use a curved rule and carve the armhole just the same way you see, like this, all the way to the upper side. So after doing that, this is what I have. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'll be dividing her nipple to nipple measurement. It's actually 8 inches. I'll be dividing it by 2, which is 4. I'll go ahead and mark it from the waistline to the under bust, to the bust point, and to the chest line. I will just go ahead and mark it and connect a straight line even on this the hip point as well. I'll go ahead and mark it and then connect all the way to the upper side. And next is that I'm going to be dividing this point from the neck width to the where the shoulder stop. I will divide it by 2, and then I'll go ahead and mark half of it just the same way you see, like this, and then I'll be connecting it all the way to the bust point. I'll use my ruler and then connect it all the way to the bust point. So guys, because when I started drafting, I did not actually indicate, or the point I'm going to indicate is now from the chest line to the bust point line, and then to the under bust point line, and then the half length, and then the full length, which is also the hip line. And I'm going from that half length, I'm going in by half of an inch from the half length, the under bust side, and then to the full length of the gown, which is also the hip line. And then I'm moving out by 1.5 inch. I'll actually move out by 1.5 inch. Depending on how busty you are, you can make use of 2 if you're really that busty. So from the half length, I'll move out by 1.5 inch as well, and to the under bust. So I'll go ahead and connect a straight line from both sides. So guys, after doing that, I'm going ahead to connect from the under bust line and slant it just the same way you see like that to meet to the bust point from the half an inch that I actually took from the other side. So from this side that is going outward, I'm going to use a curved rule to actually curve it all the way to the bust point just the same way you see like this. So guys, so from the chest line, I'm actually moving up by 1.5 inch because the person I'm actually making it for doesn't want her cleavage to show. You can move up by 2 inches depending on your own preference. Okay, so I'm actually moving up by 1.5 inch, so I'll go ahead and draw a straight line all the way to this other side because that's actually the new line I'm making use of, not from the chest line. So from there, I'm actually going to move in from the mid side by half an inch, and then I'm moving outward by 0.7 inch. So I'll go ahead and connect it all the way to the bust point, the side to the bust point, and also the other side to the bust point as well. So after doing that, the next thing I'm going to do is that from that chest line, from the mid side, I'm going to go up by half of an inch in order to create the sweetheart neckline. I'll move up like that, and then I'll go ahead and use this curved rule to actually curve it all the way to the half of an inch that I actually mark at the downside to create the sweetheart neckline. And then from this other side as well, from the side, I'm also going to curve it all the way to the chest line. So the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to be dividing her bust measurement by 4. I'll divide the bust measurement by 4, and then I'm going to be replacing that intake that I actually took at the upper side. I'll replace it there, and then from the waistline as well, I'll divide her waist by 4. I'll go ahead and mark it and also replace it to this other side, the intake that I actually from the bustier area. So to the hip measurement as well, I'm going to be dividing her hip by 4. I'll mark it and also I'll mark the 2 inches because I actually took 1.5 from this side and half an inch from the other side. I replaced the 2 inches from the waist and also the hip line and also the bustier as well. So I'm going to connect the point from the bust point to the waistline and also to the hip point. So from this point, I actually went out by about an inch, and then from the side I went up by 2.5 inches. So I'm going to be carving it all the way to the 1 inch that I actually mark from there. I'll use my rule and then do that to actually trace it up or to the other side. So guys, after doing that, I'm going to use my marker to actually trace the line so that it will be broad enough for you guys to see. So guys, for the down part, I'm going to still carve it because it was not as curvy as I actually wanted it to be. So I used my free hand to actually do that, and then I did it all the way to meet the other point at the other side. So I'm still going to use my marker to actually trace it and make it to be broad. And I also use my cleaner to clean the first line because I'm not making use of the first line now. Is the second one that I actually curve using my free hand. So I'm using my markers to make it to be more broad so that you guys will see. And when I'm actually done, I'm going ahead to cut every piece. So I'll go ahead and cut out all the pieces following the marked measurement and marked lines, just the same way you see in this video. So guys, after cutting all the pieces, I'll go ahead and place the mid piece of this, the front and the side, just the same way you see like this, and I will use my seal tape to actually hold it on. I will hold the upper side as well so that it will stay in place. I'll place it as a template to cut the back. So from this back, I brought out another pattern paper So I'm going ahead to mark 1.5 inch of zip allowance at the back. So when I'm done, I'll go ahead and connect the straight line all the way to the downside. So after doing that, I'm going ahead to place the front piece just the same way you see like this. I'll go ahead and place it, and then I'll be tracing it out. So I went ahead to mark the waistline, trace it on the back piece, and then I'm going ahead to mark a straight line connecting it all the way to this other side, because I'll actually be needing it to use for the slanting of the zip from the zipper side. So I'm moving in by 1/2 inch from the back. So from the downside, I'm going ahead to trace it out. I'll trace the downside, and then from the upper side, I'm tracing it from the chest line, because that's where the back piece is going to stop. It's not going to extend. So I'm just marking the point so that I'll actually know when I'm cutting or tracing it out. So from that zip allowance, I'm moving in by her nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, which is 4. And then from the upper side, I also went there to use this rule to actually rule it slanty a bit, and then I'll mark the 4 inches from this down part as well, from the hip side, and then I'll mark a straight line all the way to the upper side. So guys, because the back is going to have that, I'm going to be adding that to the back. I'm moving in from the waistline by 1/2 inch each, and then I'll go ahead and connect it all the way to the down part from this side and also the other side as well. I'll also connect it to the upper side as well, just the same way you see me doing in this video. So guys, I'm actually done doing that. So for the zip side, I already went in by about 1/2 inch before, so I'll go ahead and connect it a straight line to the downside, and I'll connect a straight line to the upper side, so that by the time I fix my lining, it will actually balance at the back. It will not be bulgy, it will balance more at the back. So that's what I did there. So I'm bringing back the front piece and placing it, because from the side I'm going to be tracing the side just the same way you see like this. I'll go ahead and trace it. So when I'm actually cutting it on the main piece, I'll go ahead and add the sewing allowance, and then I'll also replace the darts at the back of 1 inch. So guys, after doing that, I'll go ahead and cut it out from the downside to the side and also the upper side of the back piece, and also from the zipper allowance as well. So guys, after cutting the back piece, I'll go ahead and remove the silk tape on the front piece, and then I'll be cutting it on the main fabric, cutting all the pieces on the main fabric. So guys, the next video is going to be a detailed video of how to cut and sew it step by step. So if you're interested, please, I'll link it up here or in the description box, so please go and check it. Thank you, and I will see you in the video. Bye.